This is not a rave, but we are going to speak about one. Olá YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. So, let's do this. Let me show you something that it's inside this box. You will understand what I mean. As you could see, this box was sent to me by Powerslide. And Powerslide is also the brand that makes, it's also the company that makes a brand called Kaiser. Kaiser, a couple months ago, released a suspension frame. And I tested that frame. I found some things that didn't work that well on the frame when it first came out. But some other people that also tested the frame had a couple of problems with the aluminum arms that came stock on the frame. So they ended up recalling the frame from the market. And at the time, I didn't have problems with the arms, so I didn't really say anything. But I ended up breaking the frames a couple of weeks later, and I contacted Matthias, which is the owner of Powerslide, and I said, look, when we have the frames, when we have the arms ready, these aluminum arms, we can send you some. So about a week ago, no, 2 weeks, about 2 weeks ago, I messaged Matthias and I said, look, I don't know if you already have the arms, but being that the frame costed around 160 euros, would it be possible for me to get the skates that you guys just released instead of those? And those are the ones, inside this box. So they ended up sending me the arms, 8 arms, and the frames. Now, I'm going to say that I did not pay for the skates, but I was trying to change. I was trying to trade the frame for the skates. But this is what it is. Now, at least you know. Let me try to throw this in that direction. Shit. We are back in here, and now let's open these skates. So, if you don't know what Playlife is, well, Playlife is the brand that Powerslide already has, I would say, for at least 10 years, maybe even a bit longer. I do remember Playlife being a company sold by United Colors of Benetton. At the time that United Colors of Benetton also had Rollerblade. Rollerblade used to be part of the Benetton group. So I don't know what is exactly the connection. I don't know if Powerslide bought the brand, but what I do know is that this has been the affordable brand from the Powerslide group. And Powerslide nowadays have way too many brands. I can't really say how many brands they have, but I can tell you that I was counting on how many aggressive skates they do have. And right now, they have, let me bring my phone out. I'll first tell you the brands, then I can actually tell you the models they have. Playlife, which is this brand right here that now already has 3 aggressive skating models. They have Gods, they have USD, which has been their main aggressive skating brand. It was the brand that started the group Powerslide as a company that makes skates. They have Icon and they have Mesmer. Now, within these brands, all of them have a couple of models. Like Playlife as the Rave, which is this one that I have right here and I'm about to show you. They have the Robbie Pitts, and they have the Reactor, which is the old Sway from USD. Gods, which is, I don't really know what the connection with Frankie Morales is here, but people call it Frankie Morales brand, but I know that it's also owned by Powerslide. So Gods as the team skates, and they have the carbon freeze. And then the carbon freeze, they can be the Frankie Morales model. They had in the past the Michel Prado's team, which is hard boot skate. They previously did the Team Franken. But anyway, there's the hard boot and the carbon free. Then USD as the Transformer as a kid skates, the Glitch as a kid skate, the USD Sway, the USD Carbon Free, the USD Carbon, the USD Shadow Team, and the Shadow Pro. The Shadow Pro nowadays is the old Shadow. Also the Carbon Free used to be the Dashi. The Carbon 2 was the Dashi Carbon. Then they have the USDA in 60, the USDA in 72, the USDA in 80. Then Icon, which is one of the newest brands, as the AG30, the AG20, the AG15, the AG10, and the ACT. And then within the ACT, you have a couple of different models. And there's some pro models, like on the AG15 with Montre Livingston. And then Mesmer, they have the Team, which is the TS1, TS2, and TS3. And they also have the Pro models. Apparently they use different plastics, so I'm considering these two different models. So just here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And there's Pro models of some of these. And so at least 22 skates, 22 aggressive skates from USD. I do have a lot of respect for a lot of the people that work at Powerslide. I do love Matthias. I do appreciate all the stuff that he does for skating. But I don't know how good it is for the skating industry to have a company that almost has a monopoly. But it's not up to me to decide. Let's see how things go in the future. Hopefully everything keeps working for everyone. And no company with a lot of brands will be able to put pressure into shops and into industries in order to get the whole market for themselves. But that's a different story that you didn't came here to listen to that. So you came here because you want to know more about this skate. This is the Rave Park. And it's the Rave Park because this skate, the Rave, it's also available in urban skate. I think there's even the Rave Pro. I don't know. I don't want to say anything wrong, but I do know that there's a version with a plastic frame for big wheels and another version with an aluminum frame. I may be saying something wrong, so don't quote me on that. You came here for this. This is the Rave Park. This is a skate, a new skate from Playlife that will set you at 149 euros. 150, let's say 150. It comes with 58 millimeters 90A with a round profile, 8 wheels, meaning that it's a flat setup. This is a Kaiser Fluid 5 frame, very thick walls, and it has quite good wheel protection. For some people, this is the best flat frame on the market. I never really skated it enough to say that it's my favorite frame, or probably because I never really fell in love with it. But the Fluid 4, which is the anti-rocker version of this, it's actually my favorite anti-rocker frame. So, yeah, I understand why people say it's their favorite frame. Just didn't got used to it enough. The sole plate seems to be a whole new sole plate, and somehow to me here on the side, this thick line in the back and the way that it goes here, it reminds me a bit of the new DAM 901 sole plate. Now, it has 8 bolts connecting it, the sole plate, to the boot, and of course it's a UFS. Let me check if the UFS bolts go through the liner, through the shell, or just to the sole plate. And yeah, so when you look on the inside here, you don't see UFS bolts, meaning that just like on the DAM skates, this frame is only connected to the sole plate, and the sole plate connects to the boot. This boot, I think it's an open mold that Powerslide may have found at the factory in China. I heard some people saying that this is the same mold as the T-necks. It's not. This is not the same mold as the T-neck. The T-necks don't have this thing here on the side, and also T-neck is working on a whole new mold, so this is not it. I like the looks of it. I did heard about a brand, I'll call it a brand, that will be making a skate based on this shell. I cannot tell too much more about that, but I've heard about someone making another skate, another aggressive skate based on this shell, but we'll see. We can see that it has riveted buckles, riveted cuffs. It feels kind of stiff. I mean, I don't know, I'm gonna need to try them, but it does feel a little bit stiff, okay? Which is not necessarily a bad thing. Let me see about the forward flex. Forward flex, you can go all the way. Basically, these things here on top, on some skates, like on the Dam 901, when you go forward, those things on top, these two bunny ears, they touch and they don't let the boot come more than this. But this one can go all the way, so it's a little bit like the sways. I'm not sure that it's going to be like the sways, but here it has quite a good lip, let's put it that way, so that it doesn't go back. It doesn't go back more than this, so it stops here when it goes back. These bunny ears here on the inside, they're not very tall, so that could also be the case and could be the reason why they don't close on top. Not 100% sure about this. I don't really know. It doesn't feel like too heavy, to be fully honest. It doesn't feel like a heavy skate, especially for a flat setup. Now let me check the liner. The liner is really, really basic. It reminds me a little bit of the old USD liners, very old ones, even the way that the strap comes here. Reminds me of the old liners. It says here, the conference. I didn't even knew that Powerslide still does this. I think they're just getting rid of this. And then it says that we shouldn't be pulling this strap. It's just a carrying strap. And it says be wicked, meaning that it comes with wicked bearings. I don't know, probably ABAC 5, ABAC 7, I'm not 100% sure. This is a size 43. I am 275 millimeter in Mondo. So like the length of my foot is 275 millimeters. And this one here says 275 to 282. If I would have ordered these skates a couple years ago, I would have ordered a 42 that probably ends on the 270 or the 275, and I would try to put my foot inside really snug. But over the past couple of months, probably like even over a year, I've been trying to get a little bit more space inside the boot, especially for aggressive skating. So I hope that this is going to be the right sizing. Yeah. 10 and a half US, UK 9.5, European 43, 44. Rave Park. The liner here on top, it has like a fake leather finish so that it protects from the cuff corners. Inside the cuff it says 41, 45, so it's going to be the same cuff on the two skates. Let me see something, because let's see if it says here. Okay, so this is 43 to 45. It's going to be the same size of shells, so probably it's going to be one of those skates that is quite big. Some skates on the market, they have a 43, 44 shell, 45, 46 different shell. Others, they have 43 to 45. And probably because this is like a price point skate, these would be one of the main reasons. Important to mention that the liner doesn't have any lace loops here, so it has very long laces, it seems to me. They seem to be long, and the lacing on the boot, on the shell, comes quite high, but it doesn't go here. So if you're someone who wants to feel like the liner quite tight on top, either you need to use another liner or take it to one of those people that fixes shoes, and they will be able to just put some rivets here or some lace loops, and you'll be able to do it. I don't see any shock absorber. Yeah, there's no shock absorber. This is a raised heel boot, and not even, oh whoa, is this normal? 0. Okay, this liner, let me see if it just, oh no, it has, sorry, it has. Yeah, I was going to say it doesn't have any insole. I was finding it really weird. Yeah, of course it has an insole, very, very slim insole, flat, very basic. And the liner has a neoprene toe in the front around here and also on the bottom. I wasn't very smart, and it's summer and I didn't bring any socks, but let me see if I can fit them on without socks. And don't worry, I'm not someone who skates without socks ever. I mean, I did before. I did skate without socks when I used to be a speed skater, and I don't know if you do know, but it used to be common. I don't know if it still is, but as a speed skater, when I was a speed skater, that was a common practice. Okay, so let me just see how they feel. They should fit. That's one of the advantages of having a skate that it's not too tight. Don't cringe too much. A little bit of space inside, of course. Nothing that I wasn't expecting. If it's long, you can actually, I hope, let's see. Yeah, you can lace it around the cuff. I usually don't tighten my aggressive skates too much. This is it. Trying to see how it sounds, and just hitting it like this, I can feel a little bit my heel. So I probably need a shock absorber when I'm going to be skating with this. And this is it. So my last 2 videos have been about price point skates. This is the 3rd one. This is actually the 4th one. The first one was the latest offer from Dam Skates, the Dam 901, the first price point skate ever since they released the 909. The video prior to this, I showed you the story skates. They had 2 different skates, one that looks like the old Salomon boot, the Salomon soft boot, and also a newer skimmed version. And now these, and I still have another price point skate that I'm going to be showing you guys on one of the next videos. And then it's about testing, and I'll be comparing all of them, and I'll try to share my opinions about all these skates, and then you can make your decision when buying skates. If you don't have a lot of budget for skates, and if you're looking into something that works or not, well, you may want to watch this video. So if you watch this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel. If you want to watch the next ones to know what are my opinions about those skates, yeah, subscribe to the channel. If there's anything that you want to know about these skates or any of the other skates that are already posted or I will be posting, make sure to also let me know in the comments. And before I finish any of this, I think it's important to say, as I always do, I always say that I am someone that I am not related to this brand, but I am someone that works in the skating industry. I work for another skate brand, so just have that in consideration when you listen to my opinions. I think it's important for you to know. And now to finalize this video, I will just give you a reminder, and that is to never forget why we all started skating, and that is because it's fun. Now cheers and see you soon. I'm gonna get some socks and skate. Cheers.